There has been a lot of controversy about Zillow over the past few years. Between the estimates that were all over the place and the iBuyer program that was kind of a flop, Zillow has been in the news quite a lot for all of these blunders, I guess you would say. But at the same time, Zillow has been the dominant real estate website really in the marketplace, and I don't think they're going anywhere anytime soon. So they're in the news again for a different reason this time. The CEO of Zillow doesn't invest in real estate, and Yahoo Finance created an article going over this and kind of digging in a little deeper to see why he doesn't invest in real estate. So is this a little odd? I would say so. I was actually kind of surprised when I first read this article, but when I dug a little bit deeper, I kind of thought about it and thought it did make sense to why he doesn't invest in real estate. So let's think about it. Zillow is a gigantic real estate company. We all know that. When somebody is running a company, their main focus is going to be on that company. And I think that going all in on something is always a good strategy. I am a believer that everybody should have one main thing, and their whole life, or at least what they're doing right now in that time period, is dedicated on that one thing. And the CEO of Zillow seems to agree with that by focusing solely on Zillow and the company. And real estate investing is definitely not a passive strategy by any means. Once you get established, it can be passive down the line, but I never want any of my clients to go into real estate investing thinking that it's gonna be a passive strategy, especially in the beginning, because it requires so much work to get started. So some people argue that somebody who runs a real estate company should be investing in real estate and shouldn't just own their own home for themselves, which I do understand where they're coming from, but I don't know. I do think that there's something so special about just focusing on one thing, which to him is Zillow. And I am a real estate person, and I do always believe that everybody should invest in some type of real estate. But I also understand that when somebody starts something new, they want to put their full focus in that, and you might not have time as the Zillow CEO. There is something that I found really interesting. He claims that the real estate market for investors is unapproachable and complex, which I found very interesting because I hear this all the time from potential clients or people who want to get into real estate investing. But for the CEO of Zillow, a real estate-based company, to also admit that this is how the market is perceived, even to him, was really interesting to me. Because if he thinks that the market is like that from a real estate investing point, what does everybody else think who has no background in any type of real estate company whatsoever? I found that really interesting. And this is why it's my mission in this channel and in my career to really make real estate investing so much more attainable to people and to really break it down so that people can understand and start getting into it more. There are so many different ways to invest in real estate, and this is why people view it as complex, because there's so many different options that people don't know where to begin. So I've really broken down real estate investing and tried to help people understand what is the best strategy to get them started. If I think back many years ago, I myself thought that the real estate market for investors was complex and unattainable and overwhelming. So I do understand where he and so many other people are coming from. So what can we take away from this? If you are thinking of getting started in real estate investing, which I always advise, I want you to think about what strategy is going to be best for you and your lifestyle. And all of them is not going to be the right answer, because if you start going after every strategy, you're not going to be able to perfect any real estate investing strategy. And that is definitely the wrong way to go about it. It's a great way to lose money and get really burnt out very fast. Certain types of investing may be right for you at different points in your life. And this is something that I discovered as well. I always thought that I was going to go into one type of real estate investing and one type only. And now as I grow in my real estate investing career and my career as an agent, I see that that is 100% not going to be the case. And I will be involved in many different types of investing, but at different points in my life when it makes sense. It does sound that the Zillow founder is very aware that real estate investing is a really great strategy, but he just hasn't put the time and effort into making it one of his strategies. So I would love to know, do you think that it's odd that the Zillow CEO doesn't invest in real estate? As always, I just love hearing from you guys.